It's time for Torrin Talk. Hello, my lovelies. So, you're getting a preview of Wednesday's hair. It is illuminated. Oh, yes, it is. It is illuminated. There are lights. And there are disco balls. Before you start freaking out, though, I do show you what it looks like without the disco ball tiara that I made. Because not everybody is as tacky as I am, and I understand that, but there is a reason for the disco balls, actually. When they're not in there, there's pearls going all the way through it, so it's very classy. And that is for your holiday needs, your Christmas time needs. Maybe you're going someplace fancy. However, if you're going someplace on New Year's Eve, maybe you would like some disco balls because they're very festive. Trying to do a couple of holidays at once, give you some options because I'm not going to see ya. I'm off next week. So, but this is what our hair looks like. A special thank you to Siobhan for this flower that she made for me years ago. I designed this just so I could wear that. That's why it is done in pretty silver and white instead of red and green like I normally do. Oops, sorry. Yes. So, I think it turned out really, really pretty this year. It's much classier than I sometimes give us. But, yeah. So you have that to look forward to. On Tuesday, I show you how to make the disco ball pins and how to switch up your pearls. I use floral pins, and they're pointy and jabby on the end, so I show you how to fix that so that you won't jab yourself in the head and draw blood anymore. Ha! Yay! It's a tip for one of you, actually. So we have a lot of stuff going on this week. We're also going to talk about our book on Thursday from our brand new author. And I'm not sure what Friday is going to be. I have not planned that far in advance, unfortunately. I just haven't thought of anything yet. But I'm sure we'll figure out something by then. So, any hoodles? I was having a hard time thinking about what we were going to talk about today. But then I thought, let's talk about ways to combat negativity online. I'm online a lot, as you probably noticed. I am involved in social media. I love my Instagram. I'm over at Pinterest. I'm on Twitter sometimes. Facebook a lot, and here on YouTube. So, I'm around. Snapchat. God, you guys, I love Snapchat. But yeah, so I'm around on the social media. And some forms of social media are extremely positive, and some forms of social media are a little bit negative. My Snapchat, really positive. I have to say, I love Snapchat, you guys. Instagram, pretty positive, at least as far as the people and stuff that I follow. Although I know some parts of Instagram aren't as positive. The more famous folks on Instagram sometimes have a problem with the haters and the trolls, because online you will always find a troll somewhere or another hiding, as they do. Just waiting to pop out and ruin your day. The thing about the internet is that, well, it's kind of like the internet and human nature, I suppose. No matter how many wonderful comments you read, if one person has a nasty thing to say, that is what's going to stick with you for the rest of your day, or the week, or the month, or it'll just keep. Anytime you have self-doubt or you're sad or down, that comment, that one-off, is going to pop in your head and agitate you, because human brains are like that. And human nature is like that. When you feel bad, you just think of all the bad things. So how do you go about avoiding it? And how do you go about not letting it get to you like that? I struggle with not letting things get to me. I try to put as much positivity out there as I can, and I find that it comes back to me. So I'm working it. I am. But even though I try to put every ounce of positivity I can out there, sometimes negativity comes back to me. It just happens. It's going to happen because not everybody's happy and not everybody cares about you being happy. Sometimes people are having a rough time in their life and they just want to spread that misery because maybe that's what makes them feel better. Case in point, there's two things that have been niggling at me lately. Okay, I'm gonna make a confession. I Google myself from time to time. Torrin Paige, I Google sometimes. Initially, in my own defense, I started Googling myself so I could see if anybody was doing my hairstyles. Especially back when I first started, I didn't get a ton of feedback. And, I was teaching styles and things, and I was hoping that I was explaining things clearly. And I figured if I could see some girls with the hairstyles I explained out there, like sporting them in the wild, then I would know that I was doing a good job. So one of the very first hairstyles of mine that I saw on a head that wasn't mine was the Shanghai swirl, still one of my favorites. And it was awesome. It was just so cool. It was a gal who had this gorgeous, like auburn brunette hair, and just seeing it on somebody else, I was so excited, you guys. Like, I had a little dance party all to myself. I'm pretty sure I clapped my hands and squealed. I think I called my mom. Like, it was really exciting for me. So like I started Googling every now and then just to see if anybody had posted any more pictures, because I just wanted to see the styles on other heads of hair, I guess, And then eventually I started like popping up in comment sections, in forums and things. Usually it was, my hair's really long, I think I'm ready to cut, I can't do anything with it. And some helpful person would go, before you cut, go check out Torrin Paige. She's got a lot of hairstyles. Maybe that will help you. A lot of the times it did, which is awesome because that's the whole reason I started my channel. So that was great. And yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10, heck, 9.5 times out of 10, it's all positive stuff. So I am so lucky that I don't have to deal with so much of the negativity out there. I think a couple of the factors is because I am older. So some of the, I don't want to say catty, because I don't really like that word. I like cats, but I don't like the word catty because it's always like woman against woman. I just don't like that at all. But I can't think of anything right now because my brain doesn't brain, as you all know. So I think a lot of the cattiness happens among younger women because they feel like there's a big competition. So since I'm older and they don't see me as any sort of competition for anything, I don't get as much of that, which is good. I skew to an older demographic where we're pretty much grown-up people. Granted, a lot of us still play video games and have crazy colored hair and do what we want, but we are grown up and mature and aren't nasty to each other for no reason because we're feeling competitive. So yay, my lovelies rule. Yeah, so like I don't usually have to deal with that kind of thing, unlike some of my compatriots who are on the younger scale and have younger viewers. Sometimes things happen. It's women, we are so hard on each other when we shouldn't be. We should be much more supportive of one another. We really, really need to do that. But any hoodles, yeah, there were 2 comments that, and they still niggle me a little bit, but the little niggly wiggly worms back in your head that they pop up every now and then and make me all grr. One was a gal that was like, yeah, I've seen her, but I don't watch her videos anymore because I can't see all her hair, so I never know what's going on. Which, what? I mean, yes, I realize that usually when you see me doing something with my hair, it's, you know, from here up. I did change my camera angle to give you a little more. But here's the thing. If I was back far enough so you could actually see the ends of my hair, you're not going to be able to see anything that I'm doing up here in any sort of detail, because I have to be so far away from the camera. So that just tells me that that person has never actually tried to film a video before with long hair. Be my guess. I don't know. My house isn't big enough and my camera is not good enough, quite frankly, and I film it by myself with a tripod, so it's not like I have a cinematographer that's able to just zoom in and out and do all that. It's just me in my bathroom, you guys, so, you know, hey. But that one doesn't bother me so much. That one I can kind of roll my eyes and go, whatever. The other one, the one that does, or that bothered me for the longest time, was, I can't even remember which forum it was in, but somebody had mentioned that she had found me recently and started doing a lot of my hairstyles and was so tickled because our hair texture seemed to be the same. She had thick kind of coarse hair like me, and she had mentioned that she finally thought that her hair was pretty now because her hair looked like mine. It wasn't, I guess her mom had like that really pretty, silky, fine hair like the old man has, you know, that feels so nice. And that's kind of what she always wanted. And she just kind of had bigger hair because we got some bigger hair. That's okay. But she finally felt like it was pretty because she could do pretty things with it. And one of the reply was, yeah, Torrin's hair would be pretty if she didn't have those pissy little bangs. Really? I like my pissy little bangs. And if this person had ever watched my channel, they would know that they're little because they serve a purpose. As in, today I am wearing my fabulous Drew Barrymore 90s lipstick. I don't know, this just seems like the color she always wore in the 90s. So I have 90s bangs. A little poof, whatever. I like bangs. But I don't want bangs all the time. And the lovely, awesome thing about these pissy little bangs is that when I want bangs, I have them. When I don't want them, they go back perfectly nice into the rest of my hair, and then I don't have bangs. I have options. Bangs, no bangs. Bangs, no bangs. I can do whatever I want with them. I like that. Pissy little bangs. Any hoodles. I have to learn to think middle fingers in my head, I guess, is the way it should be, and not let comments like that upset me. Just like you shouldn't let comments like that upset you. You have to realize that the person making the comment, and it's not always out of jealousy. A lot of people will go, oh, they're just jealous. Not necessarily. They may have awesome hair or whatever it is that they're being nasty about. Maybe they're just having a really bad day. It could be, and they just said something that they wish they could take back later. I try to be really careful of what I say and what I type. Well, especially what I type, because you can't really take that back. Just like when you say hurtful words, it's hard to take them back. You can apologize, and if you're lucky, the person you hurt is going to accept that apology. But even when they accept the apology, they're still going to remember. So I really, really try to think about what I say before I say something that I can't take back. Because I really don't want to hurt people's feelings if I don't have to. Yeah. So I try to avoid as much negativity as I can. I scroll past posts on Facebook that are inflammatory or political or what. I just don't participate in that because I don't want to fight online. Yeah. Scroll past those. I unfollow people on Twitter if they start making weird tweets that are just I don't need to read that, so I don't. I click away on YouTube videos that aren't my bag, and that's okay. Just because they're not for me doesn't mean they're not for somebody else. I never even do a thumbs down. I don't leave a nasty comment. I'm just like, not for me. Click next. There's so much stuff out there. I don't see why you would need to dwell on something that is not your bag. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Move along. You don't have to be nasty about it. I don't know. So I guess I just, in the spirit of the season, I'm wishing positivity for all of you. I still struggle sometimes to not dwell on negative things. I try very, very hard to kind of just brush those off and move past it. And I try to put out positivity. I try to be pleasant. I try to be nice. I try to have manners. I want the people that I interact with to end their interaction with me feeling happy or calm or just generally okay. I never want anybody to leave me feeling sad or anxious or upset, because I do not like being sad, anxious, or upset, and I don't want anybody else to feel that way either. So that's it for today. I know it's going to be kind of long. I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes when I get going, I just go. But you can look forward to this hair on Wednesday, how to do the pins on Tuesday, book discussion Thursday, and then whatever's happening on Friday. It's always a surprise. Okay, I love you guys. Have a great week. Have a great next week. I hope your Christmas is awesome. And yeah, I will see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow, actually. But I love you guys. Bye.